So I've got to ask you a question real quick. If you see behind me, this is the iconic 1968 Dodge Charger. For any of you that don't know, either aren't car people, you've been living under a rock, but this is the ultimate muscle car. This is what the bad guys drove in all the movies. You watch the bullet car chase scene. This is the car. This is it. This is the car. 68 Charger. The bad guy drove this car. Chased by Bullet McQueen in his green Mustang. But this is it. If you ever watched the Dukes of Hazzard, they had a 69, but all of us know that watch the show, they used 68 and 69s and maybe a couple 70s, but this is the car, man. Now, the reason I tell you all this, and there are other movies too, Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry. Of course, the Fast and Furious franchise has had plenty of 1970s, and if you look closely, they've had some other years in there in other movies. But this is the car. Now, I'm showing this to you for a reason. I want you to take it all in. It is a two-door Dodge Charger. And of course, it's got the Coke bottle shape. That's what everybody talks about. I uncovered it so you can take a look at it. Take it all in. But the biggest thing I want you to see is it's a two-door. It's got the Coke bottle shape, and it's got this just timeless front grille on it, right? Okay. Are you ready for this? So I need your opinion on something. We've not talked about it yet, but Dodge has just come out with their new Charger, coming out in 2024. They call it the Daytona SRT Banshee, whatever they'll actually call it. People on the street will call it, they'll probably call it the Banshee, but if you haven't seen it yet, here's a quick look. So let's talk about that for a second. That's an all-electric car. And yes, those are computer-generated sounds. It's supposed to have like this damn Music Man, music machine player or something on it, so you can have engine sounds with your battery-powered car. Now, at first impression, people think that's kind of hokey. But to be honest with you, once you let it settle in for a second, you think about it. Okay, so I have a kid that's in high school, and I take her through carpool and I drop her off, okay? And clearly, I'm that dad that's got the cool cars, okay? There's a lot of parents that have their Teslas and their Lexus and their Toyotas and all this stuff. But I stick out, clearly. I take the Mach 1, I take the Charger, I take the Pontiac G8, I take the TTSaleen, through carpool. So they recognize me, clearly. On my days that it's raining or it's bad weather, I take a truck or my Ford Explorer. But let's be honest with you, if you're taking your Tesla through there, it's quiet, you're not gonna hear it. So imagine rolling up in your Dodge Charger in 2024 and this thing's super quiet, but you got an engine noise. I mean, it's something, right? I mean, it's something. You can rev it up, whatever. I think it's kind of funny. Some people may think it's hokey, but I actually don't hate it. Now, I'll insert a clip here. If you've never seen the movie, it's called The Wraith. Back in the day, back in the 80s, Dodge and Chrysler had this prototype, this concept car for the circuit, the car shows. And it was they made a movie about it called The Wraith. But anyway, this car, the sound of that car from that movie and this is very eerily similar to me. And just the way they presented the car, I thought it was pretty cool. So in my mind, that they're doing something like that is pretty cool. Anyway, kudos to Dodge for having a car don't look like a damn Easter egg. You know what I mean? Think of the Teslas, think of all these cars that are EV. Like, let's not even talk about the Mach-E from Ford. It's supposed to be, they used the Mach name, which was a damn disgrace. I mean, this is a Mach, okay? This is a Mach, or a 1969. That's a Mach Mustang. But to take an ugly SUV, hang the Mustang name on it, number one, was an insult. Hang a Mach name on it was just kick you in the ball. Definitely injury and insult. You know, that's just the stupidest thing ever. It was just to get buzz, to get you to talk about it, which they clearly did. But that thing is a turd. It's a nugget. Nobody wants a damn Mach-E. And if you don't know, talk to a technician from Ford who's certified to work on them, like I have. And they'll tell you, they're garbage. They're junk. Don't buy one. And damn sure don't jack it up under here without being with the proper equipment to jack it up. Because if you bend the damn thing at the bottom, you screwed up the battery, it's garbage, it's total. Anyway, I digress. That's not what this is about. We're not talking about Mach-E's and stuff. What we're talking about is how ugly the Mustang Mach-E is. But at least Dodge had the foresight to at least make it look like a car. So I'm not a big EV guy, don't get me wrong. But if you're gonna have an EV, why not make it cool looking, right? So, hey, thumbs up to Dodge. You know, at least they took this kind of body style. They tried to keep it a two-door. They tried to keep the Coke bottle shape. They tried to keep the grill, you know, to a point. And they gave it some sounds. Hey, man, I can't hate on them. If they're trying to satisfy the government with this EV stuff, at least they took it to a certain level, you know? Now, you know, I can't say I like everything about this car. They've got some weirdo 21-inch wheels on this thing, so finding tires for it's going to be a nightmare and super expensive. And again, I'm not like bowled over by this sound, but it's something different. But the lighting and all is pretty cool. Just want to get your opinion on that. You know, this is the way of the future, I guess, with Dodge. What kills it though for me is give people choices. You know, I go to the steakhouse, they give you steak or lobster. You want steak? You want lobster? You want both? You can get both. Where Dodge has screwed up is they're eliminating the Hellcat. That's where they're screwing up. Why are they screwing up? Because as Dodge is releasing their new EV Charger, which haha, pun, you get it, you know, charge her. Horrible, right? Horrible marketing thing. And I'm in marketing and sales. But Ford, hearing the death song of the Hellcat from Dodge, you know what Ford did? Ford decided they were going to come out with the Mustang called the S650 this year. And they're not waiting to 2024. They got the S650 coming out. They've already got a model called the Dark Horse, which if you see the symbol, it's kind of weird. It looks like a Dodge Ram with the horns cut off, which, you know, that's... You can form your own opinion about that, but at least Ford came out with a V8. You feel me? A Coyote V8 that's close to 500 horsepower. I mean, come on, Dodge. You've been leading the charge for years with the Hellcat, kicking everybody in the ass, you know. Multiple versions of the Hellcat, Red Eye Hellcat, and Demons, and all this stuff, and jailbreaks. And you're really going to go out your last year of the Hellcat and go to EV stuff? And you're going to let Ford come out with the most powerful Coyote V8 they've ever had, naturally aspirated, and you have nothing to respond with? That's, I don't understand that. And I like them all. I like Ford, I like Dodge, I like Pontiac. But then everybody compared the new Mustang to the Camaro. And yet the critics said, well, where's the new Camaro? There ain't one. So anyway, I figured I'd share that with you, get your opinion. What do you think about the new Dodge Charger EV, the Banshee? I think the marketing's pretty cool. Like I say, I think they did a pretty good job with it. I don't hate it that much. I mean, trust me, I would definitely pimp it. I would drive it. I mean, I don't know what the mileage is going to be on it. I don't know what the price tag. They haven't come out with a price for it yet, but if it's anything like everything else, it's probably going to be $100,000. Nobody can afford that. And the range is probably going to suck. And if you turn it up and make a lot of power with it, it'll probably have a range of about 100, 150 miles. And it's going to be dead. Let's be honest. We've already seen the Ford Lightning pickup truck from Hoovie's Garage supposed to go 200 miles and towing, and it went about 60 miles and needed to be recharged. So these EVs are showing they are not worth the money. But I wanted to just get your opinion. Here's the body style they based the new car on. This is a classic V8 rear-wheel drive 2-door. It doesn't need recharging. You know what it needs? It needs some fuel in the tank. And this is a modernized version of the car because it has the newer Gen 3 Hemi in it, and it's converted to run on ethanol, which to me, that seems pretty savvy. 5-speed automatic, 20 plus miles to the gallon. Feel like I'm doing my part to help the environment. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me know what you think. Throw me a comment. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, feel free, please do. I'd love to have you come back and keep up with me on my videos and tell me what you'd like to see. I'd love to add it to the channel. My channel is not dedicated to just one car. I know my name is TTSaleen, 98Saleen, and really it's dedicated to the car that's behind me. That car's down for the moment. I'll have it on a video soon and tell you why and why I haven't been videos for a while. But I have a lot of cars that maybe I can cater to other people. You'd like to know about the Mach 1, the Charger, the Pontiac, or just the garage in general. Let me know what you'd like to see. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to you soon.